I am here with Blair Salisbury. He's the owner of El Cholo Cafe in Pasadena. If, by the way, this is his special issue from last year that was going to be his
Almost a
your
year, yeah.
anniversary issue.
Yeah, our 20th.
The 20th here at this location. El Cholo has a special place in our heart for Alex and myself because El Cholo, the old location,
Yeah.
was where Alex and I conducted our very first sipping off the cuff, which
Yeah,
lasted about 2 hours, and, and it was all audio. So anyway, we'll be starting our 22nd year
Wow.
in business in tequila tastings because we've been doing it online forever.
Yeah.
And I thought I wanted to spend some time with Blair here and just tell me about the family business first of all for those people who we're global, so they may be watching us in the
Yeah.
UK and they're gonna travel this year now that it's easy for us. Tell us about.
Well, if I got $1 for every time someone asked me, how to English Salisbury name own a Mexican restaurant, I would be retired by now. My great grandparents migrated from Sonora, Mexico. The last name was Borquez.
Okay.
They came to LA via through Arizona, and they opened a restaurant called Sonora Cafe, and it was Sonoran style food. That was in 1923. My grandfather came in 1925 and met my grandmother. He was a customer, and then they got quickly married and opened their own restaurant. So they opened in 1927. So the family business has been since 23, but the El Cholo brand's been since 27. Okay. And the original on Western Avenue was open across the street in 1927.
So you want to laugh?
It moved there in 32.
Guess where my parents lived when I was born?
In there?
On Western Avenue.
Yeah.
In LA.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. So that's how I got started.
I'm going to get shot right now.
All right.
First of all, thanks for having us.
Oh,
here.
Certainly.
So now that you were established, how many locations does El Cholo actually have now?
Well, within the family, there's 7 El Cholos. I knew my father 20 years ago, but not retire. He's not one to move to Palm Springs and play golf every day.
Right.
And I was spot on. He's 88 years old, and he's just signed a lease to open an El Cholo in Salt Lake City. And he's opened, 4 restaurants since I went off my own. So I licensed this one from the family. I'm still a partner in family business.
Right.
So I just went up to have one on my own. But there's Western Avenue. There's one across from Staples Center, Santa Monica.
Wow.
La Habra's been here going on 60 years next year. That's the second location. And then Anaheim Hills and Corona Del Mar. And then
60 years?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought it was a 50-year thing. It's a 60-year
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Well, with the La Habra location, my father bought El Cholo from my grandfather. My grandfather, he was one store, and that's all he wanted.
Right.
And I grew up in Whittier, which is next to La Habra.
Yes.
And my father wanted.
We're all from the hood.
Yeah, he was really wanted to open a second location. So La Habra made sense, and it was actually a small house, just like the Western Avenue. It started a small house, so it's a big house now.
Okay.
I think it's about 10,000 square feet. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, and it's it's got its own neighborhood, La Habra and Whittier, its own pocket of consumer. Been very loyal to the restaurant many years.
Yeah. It's funny because I guess all of us have kind of grown up with the El Cholo brand, and I guess do you feel that you're the future of the brand? I mean, you strike me as a guy. You're always thinking, even during the pandemic, this guy was.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, and not only trying to stay alive, obviously, survive this.
Yeah, we got very creative. Yeah, you and I spoke a few times about it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
I never thought in a million years I'd be preparing meals for seniors of nothing to do with Mexican food, and that's what we did for 6 months. We prepared 3 meals a day. They were delivered to senior citizens. The federal government funded it, so it was a win-win. It kept our cash flow coming in.
Right.
Kept our staff working, and seniors didn't have to leave the home. All during the prime of COVID, and all they do is apply. So they literally had meals delivered 7 days a week. Program's still going on in LA County in some parts, but you find ways.
Yeah. There's a story. Now, this El Cholo has a reputation for being a destination location, particularly when it comes to Agave Spirits. And you can see we're tasting Sotol here today. What do you see going on as a trend in restaurants and Agave Spirits? Are you opening up now to mezcals and sotols? Are you seeing
we're starting to get more mezcals, and more people are asking about it. But I think mezcal what really helped with us is Cheech Marin has his own mezcal. everyone knows him. You
Yeah,
know, actor,
yeah.
comedian, Cheech and Chong. So now they're like interested in trying it. Similar to the celebrities in the tequila part of it.
Okay.
So we do have people come in and ask, but so pretty much people are coming here for curiosity. They want to know like what does Blair drink? You know, what do you guys suggest? And and as you and I've spoken, I was never a huge fan of Patron, and then I went to the distillery and I was very impressed. Not only the product, but how they take care of their staff. They really do a phenomenal job.
I've heard good things about how they
Yeah,
handle
it's
the
very
their
impressive,
staff.
very impressive. And
And I've had that Roca Patron too.
Yeah.
I think that's the secret.
and we ended up, so, you know, we started buying barrels from them,
Okay.
and we bought Reposado and Añejo. And this El Cholo alone is the #1 in the entire world. We've gone through 13 barrels here in 4 years.
Do you find that there's a lot of tourism that comes through here, like it is in Vegas, for instance? That somebody, I remember talking to a gentleman that owns a tequila bar in Vegas, and he said to me, you know, Vegas is very transitory. Sometimes we have to have the names of people that people remember, you know, because they just want to drink something that they are used to buying at home in Wisconsin or something like that, you know. So, but do you find that you're looking for more craft tequilas? Do you think people are asking for more of that? Or
Oh, absolutely. You know, I think people are coming in, like very popular here is the Clase Azul, the Repo, and the Don Julio 1942. When I'm out and about, people find out I'm in the industry, they always bring up 1942. There are certain brands that they know.
Right.
And we sell a lot of that here because we have a very good price on the happy hour. But more and more people are coming in asking, you know, and we always have our servers taste it on anything new. We tell companies, when we get your product, you really need to come on a Friday night and talk to the employees because that's going to stick with them in their mind. I mean, this El Cholo, we definitely outsell the other El Cholos with tequila because it's a passion with us more between Diego, my partner. You know, Diego's really good on the food. So when we do events, and you've been here, so we do our tequila tasting. He really is a great part of that, and so it's people want to be educated, you know, about tequilas, and they're open to try new things, especially when it's coming from us because they know we research. They know we go down to Guadalajara and do a lot of research and go to many distilleries and try and test. So,
have you ever had a moment where you go, maybe I should have an El Cholo brand tequila?
You know, we've been approached, but our issue was I don't know how good the quality would be. It's from these distilleries, as you know, where they produce for anyone to put their name on it.
Right.
Now we've
Alex and I will volunteer as your tasters.
yeah. No, we haven't. We've been a long-standing relationship with Cuervo, and that'll show how far tequila's come.
Yeah.
In the mid '70s, my father said we should get the most expensive tequila there is and pour it on margarita. At the time, it was Cuervo 1800.
Yeah.
And where's that now in the price point?
Well, not giving it away.
There may be more expensive tequilas in Mexico that, you know, people had enjoyed from distilleries produced, but that was the highest selling tequila, and that's how that got into our margarita mix.
I think I wrote it years ago for Alex for the website. I actually wrote a 3-section article on Jose Cuervo and how they were actually the first tequila company to actually grow the brand with location restaurants or family restaurants. They've been doing it for like 50 years. So they invented, you know, what you're still doing now. They were the first ones.
Yeah, and I've been to Cuervo.
Yeah, we all have.
At the time, we were the largest.
You've been to the Disneyland Cuervo.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
The other one, no one's ever been to.
Well, what I went to was the tour, and when people, and you and I follow the same Facebook groups with tequila, and you see how people bash. You know, they have their silver and they have their lower end, but they all have some higher end tequilas.
Their higher ends are actually, I was very impressed with.
Same thing with Patron. You know, what I found from Patron is on these. Every time I go there, I go on a tour, and there's so much to absorb. And then after that, then we taste several Reposados, several Añejos, and we pick a barrel of each. We actually toyed with the Roca. We were going to do a Roca barrel, but then COVID hit, and now the barrel program's put on hold. Right. Because we felt the Roca would go really well here, so we did. But 80% of what they produce is the silver, so that's obviously finances a lot of other.
That's the one that hits the sweet spot.
Yeah.
If you folks are watching and you want to learn more about El Cholo, do yourself a favor. Pick one of these up. You can buy these directly from Amazon. It's the El Cholo anniversary issue. And hey, Blair, thanks for having us here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you guys are here. Come see these people. It's a wonderful